Standing time. Seconds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Challenger League Grand Finals between the Savage Sabres and Island in the Sun. This will be a best of 5 series, and I am your host today, Paravane, the Big P, or Para, and I am joined today by the palest Rose of Island in the Sun. How are you doing today?
Hello, hello. I'm happy to be here. Excited to see these two teams going against each other once again.
10 seconds.
As you know, I am a former member of the Big Dingoes, and y'all knocked us out last week. So this stream will not be salty at all, I promise.
Good to hear it. Yeah. I played with Island in the Sun last season, but unfortunately, commitments would prevent me from playing in this one. But I've been super excited to have traced their journey to the grand finals here. Savage Sabres has consistently been their #1 rival throughout the season. And they lost to them before they knocked out Big Dingoes in the upper bracket finals. So looking for a good series here.
I think we will see a good series. I know the Savage Sabres, one of their players is, well, they only play Sand King, and it looks like that's already been banned out by Island in the Sun. You think that's a respect ban, or is he overpowered right now?
No, 100% a respect ban. Both of Island in the Sun's bans here, Sand King and Ursa, in their upper bracket series, game number 1, they lost to the Ursa and the Sand King in the off lane and the safe lane as a dual core combination, and just completely wrecked them. So I think it's totally a respect ban on Island in the Sun's part.
All right, we have the first pick coming out now. All right, that is exactly the hero that knocked the Dingoes out.
Yeah, that's also one of Savage Sabre's favorite picks. They really like pairing it with the Jakiro, which Island in the Sun also banned out. And I know that the captain of Island in the Sun, Tanoob, really likes that hero. So good first pick for Island in the Sun here.
I was talking to the Dingo guys after the game, and they were talking about how, yeah, every fight we're like, we can't start fights until we catch that Oracle. If Oracle's alive, we can't fight. But just, I believe it was Gremlin playing him at the time, and his positioning was just immaculate. He was never where he didn't need to be, and he got, every time he did die, they lost the fight, but they did such a good job of keeping him hidden in the background and then just dumping those heals. We have the second pick from Savage Sabres. They picked up the Underlord, and they'll get another pick here, I believe. Not a ban, right? No, we're still in the bans. I don't know how any of this works. They changed
yeah, they switched up the order in the new patch.
And for everyone listening, I'll be straight with you. I did not read the patch notes. I'm learning as we going. When Tidehunter was played last week and I saw the fucking anchor, I was very confused as to what that was.
Well, I think Isle in the Sun, this Oracle is probably once again going to be on Gremlin. You mentioned, his positioning being immaculate last time. It's one of those things where if they put it on their 5 position, I often find that Darren, he likes to be in the middle of fights, and that's really what you don't want to have happen if you have an Oracle, or if you're playing an Oracle. But if you also take a look at some Savage Sabres first bans here, you'll notice that they're pretty much with all 3 of those first bans, they're targeting the same person. They're all targeting Chimp. These are some of his most successful heroes throughout the season. He played a lot of Magnus before the hero got nerfed and before the patch. So I don't know if they would have actually picked it on Island in the Sun side if it was left in, but Savage Sabres taking no chances.
Yeah, it looks like they also banned out the Doom, which I think is a Blanket Man favorite, if I'm not mistaken.
It is and it isn't, right? I think Island in the Sun don't pick it because Blanket loves the hero. I think they pick it because it's very stable with their team, and it's one of those heroes where they feel comfortable first picking it. There's another one. They're the Darkseer. That's definitely going to be Blanket's hero.
And I believe that's a Rubik for the noob.
Also one of his favorite heroes.
Witch Doctor recently overbuffed to hell and then nerfed back into the ground, right? Within several days of each other.
Ooh, they've given them the IO Gyrocopter.
That's a powerhouse of a combo.
Okay, so Isle in the Sun, there's no way this isn't intentional. I know that they were concerned about this combination coming out from Savage Sabres, which makes me think they've got something in their hand that they think is going to be able to beat it.
I'm not exactly sure how to counter the Iro gyrocopter. It's weird seeing Iro gyrocopter come back into the meta so strongly and so quickly when I believe that won a TI, if I'm not mistaken, a while back, and it was
Yeah,
just
like TI3, I
it.
think.
It wasn't that far back. It was
Oh,
a
was it?
recent.
Okay.
It was a recent one. Um, but it was just a ridiculous combo that just
Hmm.
slams everything. And they nerfed Gyro into the ground. He became a support. Um,
Right.
and now he's back to just being ridiculous.
Yeah. And beyond him being ridiculous, it's also ridiculous for Savage Sabres because even when it wasn't meta, they were still playing it. So
Hmm.
this is definitely not just, a meta thing that they're picking up, but a comfort thing that they like to play.
Yeah, the Dingoes didn't spend a lot of time in the upper bracket, so we didn't get a lot of games against Savage Sabres.
Well, Savage Sabres actually haven't had to play anyone since the last time they played IITS, so had 2 weeks to think and learn. I think
And
contributes to why this draft is so quick. Both teams already know exactly what they want to be doing.
and it none of the bands are getting in the way of plans, or were we planned around the bands?
Um, Looking at the side of Savage Sabres, I think Isle in the Sun, they're leaving Chimp's Hero for last, which I think will be constraining to them in terms of what they're able to pick, right? Like there's just all the things we've seen him do extremely well on are all banned. But that doesn't mean, there aren't other choices. I think the Snapfire could definitely come out. Um, we've seen him do really well with that. I'm not quite sure how it meshes with the team. Um, Meanwhile, on Isle in the Sun, I don't think, other than the Ursa and the Wind Ranger, I don't think you've had too many bands that are things Savage Sabres maybe wanted to pick. But they are still looking for something for One Solo. One Solo, though, is very hard to ban against because he plays a lot of diverse heroes in the mid lane. Heroes you wouldn't necessarily expect to go mid.
Hmm. Yeah, and I'm looking at all the bands from Savage Sabres. It's a mid, a mid, a mid, a support, an off lane, a mid, and there's the last mid. They banned out the puck.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Savage Sabres have correctly identified that Chimp is the linchpin of IITS.
While Rage Psycho is the linchpin of Savage Sabres.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the game, not so much the draft, but the game itself will come down to who has a better game going forward. And I think Savage Sabres have set themselves up with this IO Gyro pretty well. But it all depends on, what's Chimp actually going to be playing.
Okay. They have banned the Knicks. So what do you think Island in the Sun is thinking for Chimp here?
Um, I think the Snapfire is very strong. I've seen them play it. Let's see, what other heroes could they play?
So they're trying to answer to a very global presence.
Mhm.
Underlord ult, IO relocate, and then of course everyone else will just go through that portal. And there's no, I'm not seeing a good split push potential here either. Just because
Yeah.
everyone's gonna go through that Underlord portal, whole team's gonna show up, whole team's gonna kick you.
There is a potential for a Bat Rider. We'll see what they're going to pick.
The Pangolier.
Pangolier. Okay.
Is this
So Chimp has experimented with Pangolier in the past, and if I am being totally frank, it did not impress. Um, so what this leads me to believe is that Chimp, I know he's been practicing it, and I think that means IITS either feel too pressured into not thinking there's anything better and are forced to fall back on this, or they have a surprise in store for us, and Chimp has become added Pangolier to his list of god tier heroes.
this looks like a very heavy shove down towers draft from the Savage Sabres. They're going to be very global, and once they pick a team fight, they're going to take a tower. That looks
Yeah.
to be the Sabres' plan here. As for the Island in the Sun, I'm not a drafter. I'm very bad at it. That is why I let the captain of Dingoes handle that. I just tell him, hey man, tell me what you want me to play. I'll play it. I'll go practice it. We're good.
Yes, a loyal subordinate there. For Isle in the Sun, I think this Medusa is going to feel a lot of pressure. Like you mentioned, Savage Sabres, their draft is very global. And Gambro, what his game plan always is basically try to get himself ignored by the enemy team. But they have the tools that he isn't safe anywhere, right? You have the Ire relocate, you have the Underlord portal. If they see him, they will try to just kill him. And like you said, his map is going to get small very quickly because they're able to take towers very quickly.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like they're playing a game of Get Down, Mr. President with Dusa here. Got the Oracle save. Rubik gets his shard. That's another save. Darkseer speed run. Another save with Vacuum to help keep him back. And then Pango to disarm. You think that's the plan? It's just everyone protect the Deuce at all costs until she's just so fat she can't walk?
I think that will be the late game plan. I think though in the early game that's not sufficient, right? You need to be able to punch back against Savage Sabres before Miss Medusa gets so fat that she can't walk, right? And I worry for Island in the Sun because I think if they have a fatal flaw, it's passivity. Passivity in the early game. And if you look at their lineup, Darkseer, he's going to want to get some modicum of farm. Oracle is not the most aggressive of heroes. So it's kind of like it's really up to Chimp, and it's really on Chimp. If he has a good lane and can go around ganking, then I think then during the mid game, then I think that they've got a good shot at this. But I think otherwise, like you said, Savage Sabres can just roll them down.
Yeah, and we have a pause already. It looks like the Underlord has disconnected. That actually gives me a moment to make sure my stuff is running correctly. There we go. I am still new to this casting thing. So, oh, well, we got a pause. I guess we can introduce the teams. All right, let's go ahead and take a look, and we'll go from left to right. We have Rage Psycho on the gyrocopter. We got No on the IO. Reaper, once he gets back from, or she, sorry, once she gets back from her pause, at least I believe it's a she. I really don't know. I've heard conflicting things. Doesn't matter either way. Underlord being played by Reaper. We have Juan Solo taking up the mid as the Death Prophet. And of course, graphics on the Witch Doctor. We'll go ahead and move over to the Island in the Sun boys. We got Tanoob playing Oracle. Pangolier being played by Chimp as your mid. Medusa is from Gambro. Sorry, Medusa is being played by Gambro, and Oracle will be played by Gremlin. And last and certainly least, Blanket Man is going to be on the Darkseer. I know what I said there. He stole my profile picture.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when you enter the lobby, it's like, hey, I know that profile picture.
So, with the draft, who are you favoring?
Savage Sabres.
I
100% Savage Sabres.
I am inclined to agree with you. No, I'm inclined to agree with you. That is a scary lineup. I'm actually shocked they knowing Savage Sabres love to run the gyro IO, let that through.
Yeah, it makes me think that they think the Darkseer is able to counter it along with the Pango.
Yeah, maybe. But we'll see. If the Darkseer can get some good vac walls off, it's going to be very, very fortuitous for them. Stealing the gyro and his damage. The only game I've played since the patch, because I've only played one game. As I said, I've been injured. I can't actually play games right now. I've actually been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3, but that doesn't require much input. That's just a point-and-click game for the most part. Wonderful game. You should buy it if you haven't yet. I'm getting no sponsorship money from that company, so you know it's good. Anyway, I have hurt myself, and I use a MMO mouse, and all of my skills are on my mouse.
Ah.
So, with a broken thumb, you can imagine how difficult it is to actually cast my spells.
What heroes could you play where you didn't have to cast any spells? Maybe you could have just been playing all that.
I've been playing a lot of Warlock because he has long cooldowns.
Ah, there you go.
So that's been working out for me. We still have Reaper is disconnected. Oh, there we go. Back in game. I believe we're actually getting to start here. Do you think either team has first blood potential?
Really depends on positioning. I think Island in the Sun has maybe the better first blood potential, but if anyone walks into 5 heroes, they have the potential to die.
Of course. We usually look at it as who has the stuns. Why is this not working? There it goes.
Well, you're gonna have the Witch Doctor stun, but other than that, not really that
Witch
many for
Doctor.
Savage
It
Sabres.
depends on what. Of course, no one's skilled their first skill yet, as you shouldn't. But you got the Gyro stun, Witch Doctor stun, and yeah, I think that's about it. Whereas the Island in the Sun, we got Rubik stun, Oracle Root and Vacuum from the Darkseer. Now, I'm not saying they're going to take those skills as their level 1, because taking Vacuum level 1 as Darkseer is going to spoil your lane. You will get no last hits.
Reaper always does that.
Yep. Typed out the predictable wins. That caught me off guard one time, a long time ago. I was like, wait, what a minute? Holy crap, I'm playing against a Smurf.
I know.
It took me a little while to realize.
The first game I casted of Savage Sabres, when they did that, I was like, holy shit.
All right, let's play this thing. Just a little game I threw together in my spare time.
All right, looks like just a 2-for-2 split on the runes. Yep. As graphics picks up the last straggling one. All right, let's go ahead and get the last hits up. And we'll see where this goes. I will let you know, and you can very easily stop me on this. I have a bad habit of following Radiant because I'm stuck in my ways of looking at the green bars and not the red bars.
Really?
Yeah, so when I cast, I have a bad habit of following the Radiant more than I have following the Dire.
Interesting. I remember years ago there was debate that because the Radiant was on the lower left-hand side of the screen always, that's why they had a higher win rate, because people were just more naturally drawn to it.
Of course, here the lanes are getting started. Barrowcopter's going to drop down a bomb. He's just harassing. Nothing really serious seems to be happening yet. Let's take a look at mid. Shimpin's one solo. Yeah, pretty neck and neck. It's a little early to tell anything yet. Usually at this point the supports are fighting each other. Yep. As is tradition, Graphics and Gremlin just kind of smacking each other a little bit there. Seeing who will run down whose region first. Graphics is holding a blood grenade, though, which that's always a fun item to see go out.
I think it's such a great idea to have it cost health to use.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my... This last patch, I was shaky with it at first, but I'm a lot more okay with it now. Alright, everyone's hitting creeps. Oh, was that a D-ward? Yes, it was. Gremlin found that sentry and killed it, so that's Camp Wolf spawn. Take a look back down bottom. Being the grand finals, I wonder how nervous all 10 of these people are.
I think Savage Sabres are less so. I think they've been in this position before, but I think this is the first time for Island in the Sun. So I know Tanoob, sent out a message to everyone saying, we worked hard for this. Oop, top lane. Gremlin, he just got maledicted. Quite a bit of damage from him there. And a blood grenade going out as well.
Will he survive this? Yes, he will. Barely. 50 HP.
Oh, this is interesting. Gremlin is in the top lane here with Gambro. So they've switched up their usual 4 and 5 players. I should have noticed this earlier. Tanoob usually plays the 5 position, but he's down here with Blanket, and Gremlin is up top.
Interesting. Take a look mid. Last hitting is going... So, Chimp's got more last hits, but he's also got a few denies against him. The last hit to denies box is always a mixed bag, right? Because you don't know what creep got denied. Was it the range creeps that got denied? Was it just a normal creep that was denied? And that can make a huge difference. But now we have a level difference. So we have Juan Solo up to 4, while just hit 4. They're still really close.
They are, but Chimp has his bottle, and he's in a good position to get both water runes here if he wants.
Ooh. Graphics picked him up. Well, no, I think his own courier died to probably a creep. Yep. Reaper's getting a little low here, but, he's nice and tanky. He's got his ring of health. He doesn't care. He's going to sit in lane and chill. Yeah, everyone's... Besides Gremlin and Graphics, this game is being overly cautious right now. Like I said, I know when I was casting the dingoes and they were close to getting knocked out. Oh, hang on. Maledict, and he's just going to walk away. No more damage was done after the Maledict.
Yeah, these two teams, I think, are not afraid of passivity. Like I mentioned before, Island in the Sun, they are kind of a passive team. In their first game against each other in the upper bracket semifinals, or grand finals, I think it was like 7 minutes until the first blood happened.
Yeah. You gotta keep an eye on those health bars, because it can happen anywhere at any time, especially with this lineup.
Chimp did supply, get himself both water runes that last time, but Juan Solo gonna be able to secure himself one here at the top.
Yep. Chimp's running down the bottom, and I missed first blood.
Well, we might be able to see second blood here as the Maledict, quite a bit of damage on Gremlin.
With the slow, I think that's, yep. Second and third blood.
Oof. Definitely favors the Dusa.
Of course. Yeah, picked her up a little bit of money there.
Bottom tower, and it shows.
I find it hard to watch the laning stage because you got 3 places where all things can be happening. Oh, Gyro got low there. He's out of mana
Yeah.
too.
The double ion shell.
And Gyro, for being a ranged hero, really has to get up in the business of the creeps, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. And especially also if he wants to, run down someone with Rocket Barrage.
Don't be angry.
Currently, we just need to fill time, because I have a feeling come 10 minutes when the laning stage starts to break down, this is going to get wild quickly.
Oh, yes.
Let's take a
Who
look
do you
at
think needs to control that aggression for the side of Savage Sabres, though, in the mid-game? Is it the IO Gyro? Is it the DP?
Control the aggression or be the aggression?
A little bit of both. I think it's synonymous for them.
Once the Gyro picks up a couple core items, I think he's going to be bouncing around the map with the IO. Once they both hit 6. And just being a terror. And being, the damage dealer, being that terror is going to be a huge boon for them. But also the Underlord, who can, let's say Island of the Sun do get a good initiation and they come after the Gyro, the Underlord's just going to be there. There's no stopping that. He will always respond to the fights. Or the IO can just teleport him out.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at items, everyone. So, right
Chip
now,
picks up a shield rune. It's a pretty nice one. Not a full item, but is that still a super overpowered rune, or did they nerf it?
let us see. I don't know. It's not. I can't see the rune stats from the bottle.
Yeah, I don't think they made any item changes to it in the latest patch.
It gave you 50% your health back as a block all shield, if I'm not mistaken. It wasn't just
Yes.
yeah. Juan Solo's doing some Spirit Siphon, just pushing Chimp off the creep. Take a look at top lane. Reapers finish up the Vanguard. He doesn't care. He's just going to stand there and soak up damage. And it looks like we got a 1-for-1 on the Wisdom runes as well. Graphics picked it up for the Sabres, and Tanub has picked it up for Island in the Sun. Chimp has popped his shield rune in his mowing bottom. He has gone into the roll. I forgot the name of the spell. Vacuum wall out, bring the Sabres back.
Juan Solo, though, he's here.
Yeah, he is.
Exorcism, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
but in the backline, Gremlin, he's coming as well.
Gremlin has picked up the IO, but I'm following Juan Solo, who is still super deep here, chasing Tanub down. How deep is Juan going to commit to this? Very deep, all the way past Tier 1 towers, and Juan Solo will pick up Tanub. And he's not done. He's still after Blanket Man, who tries to
needs to be
surge
careful. His
away.
surge is
And,
already done.
yeah, and Death Prophet gets all that extra speed, and that's it. That was a double kill for Juan Solo. That was a very successful anti-rotation for the Sabres.
Yeah, and a nice double damage rune to boot.
Things are looking
Yep.
dire for Dyer's
Like we talked about, it's so much counter initiation from the side of Savage Sabres. Not really what we were thinking of how they would do it, but like we said, if IATS are going to make a move, Savage Sabres are going to react quickly.
precious bounty.
And back to last hitting. I mean, Juan Solo does have the AD, but Exorcism's down. He's out of mana. He can't really do much with this DD except get better last hits. Rage Psycho is popped the flat cannon, and Blanket Man's just going to run away.
You would think that all this farming favors the team with the Dusa, right? But I worry, like, once Savage Sabres get a baseline level of farm on the Gyrocopter, they're just going to group up, and Island of the Sun are going to be unable to stop them.
All things equal, let's say the Dusa and the Gyro get the exact same amount of gold this game. Oh, hang on. Tanub is getting ulted, and He picked up the gyro. Surge up. Surge is not up, but he decided he doesn't want to keep diving tier 1. He'll take what he's got.
The ion shell damage there would have gotten lethal, especially with Chimp coming in.
Something I'm really bad at is knowing the names of skills. I have a name for them all in my head. That's not necessarily the name of the skill. So you're going to hear me doing that a lot. I might say Deuce. Oh, hang on. Graphics getting awfully low. The heal. Oh, but the Gremlin. What is it? Fate's Edict? Purifying Flame is going to pick him off. Tanoob is rotated mid. Chimp has gone into roll. Let's see if they can pick up this extra tanky Death Prophet.
It's a really tough kill to get. And that's without any TP rotations. Yeah, they're just going to call it off.
And Juan Solo's decided to start sucking off the Rubik, but that is a very fortuitous haste rune that Juan Solo tried to deny, but the projectile was too slow. So, Tanoob's going to run off back to his lane.
For Chimp. Without that haste rune, you know, that if he gets that haste rune, that's a kill he can get in one of the side lanes.
Yep. Does the haste rune affect the roll?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, things are starting to get more active. Gyro is getting very low. He does have the stun. Surge is used. He does not have an escape here. Gyro's going to counter with the call down. That's what it's called, right? Yes, I knew the name of that spell. And that spell will take down Blanket Man. That was a brave...
Look at the net worth. Yeah, the Blanket Man, Darkseer, is having some issues here. He's only 25 net worth ahead of the IO at this point.
Yeah, we are down to the 10 minutes. I should have already switched the network graph. I apologize for that. All right. Gyro is farming away. He's very happy. He's just finishing up very close to a Diffusal Blade here. So he'll have Diffusal Blade treads. Let's go take a look and see what Deuce is rocking. She's going Manta first. She's already finished up her treads, finished up a Wraith Band. Has the Band of Elven Skin and... Uh-oh.
Ooh, mid lane Exorcism used. Jim faked it out.
Gremlin is maledicted, but... Yeah, top almost happened. Let's go take a look at mid lane. Exorcism down. Is this going to... Juan Solo's getting awfully low with that Exorcism.
Yeah, Chimp's looking for this kill with the Swashbuckle.
It's got Rolling Thunder. He doesn't need it. He's just going to shield crash on down. Take a look at top. Oh, right as we got here in Gremlin. So, I didn't think much about this, but the Gremlin Oracle is actually a pretty decent counter to the Witch Doctor, Maledict. Because the Maledict does all of its damage based on damage done from time of cast... I'm sorry, health missing from time of cast to each... what's the proc of it? So...
With, like, the fake Edict?
Yeah. So... Yeah. With Oracle healing through the Maledict, it's going to do no damage after the first proc. I think
and the Fate's Edict can also just cancel them entirely, even without the heals.
You mean to dispel it?
No, the magic damage resist.
Ah, yes. I completely forgot about the magic damage resist.
Yeah, so it's a double counter.
Yep. So that was actually very good call by, I believe, Tanoob's the captain, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Very good call by Tanoob to put Gremlin in the top up against the Witch Doctor. That's probably saved Deuce's life more times over already than we could know.
Raid Cycle in the bottom lane. Ooh. He put out that missile. You could see for a half second there he was contemplating diving that tier 1.
And he is on a killing spree already. He is rocking 3-0 as their one. Rubik's Stolen Flat Cannon. Let's see. So
Chimp has this bottle of Invis and a Diffusal Blade here. He's got something coming out on the Courier. Just a tier 1 token. I feel like this is a power spike for him, and this next gank will determine a lot about how this game goes for him. As he just takes out
low.
She might be able to call it here with the Crypt Swarm. Oh!
The blind Crypt Swarm.
Well, that might determine how his game goes.
And that was unfortunate. Net worth-wise, he's not far behind that Dusa, and we have a little bit of a fight here. Tanoob's going to TP out and be just fine, though. I feel like I'm missing so much that's happening, because there's just so much happening all over the map at once.
But it is, for the most part, Savage Sabres who are the ones making those moves, right?
And Savage Sabres...
Even though IATS kind of, I feel like they need to be making more moves, they feel like they're reacting to everything.
Juan Solo's got the exorcism out on mid. Doing some suck off on Chimp. Decided to stop sucking off, and she's going to back up. She's getting hit like, way too much. Tier 1 tower.
Bottom lane. Wall's down. Gyro's dead. Graphics, he's next. Double kill for Blanket.
That was a very, very good wall that I missed. I apologize, everyone. Like I said, everything's happening all at once all over the map. And not really much top, though. They're just kind of smacking each other. Chimp is doing really good at this rune control. He's gotten most of the runes. Whereas Juan Solo is just... You know, it's the tanky Death Prophet. They can just stand there and take it all. So what's going on bottom? Nothing much. Back to mid. Alright. Where is the items? We got a Diffusal Blade out on Gyro. He's going next into Aghanims. Io is going straight for the Holy Locket. It's an Io. Oh, Io has Midas.
This is what he does with Rage Psycho.
Okay. Guess he keeps so he can just hang out with the Gyro and still get a little bit of farm.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, he's pretty much attached at the hip to Rage Psycho for probably the rest of the game at this point now.
Graphics and Juan Solo have smoked up mid. What are they going to do with this smoke?
Death Ward on cooldown. This is a hard kill to get.
Silence is out. With the Maledict, all I gotta do is get enough damage out initially. And the soul release from the urn. Gyro has come back. Oh, that's not Gyro. I'm sorry. That's a Rubik with a stolen spell. That's not going to confuse me this game. It does look like Chimp will survive and be healed up by the Rubik, who also stole Voodoo Restoration.
Nice steal. Fortunately, only level 1. Oh, a regen rune for Chimp. You're mentioning, you know, the rune control by him this game. Juan Solo has gotten only a single rune for the entire game.
Really?
Not counting water runes.
Is that a stat you can see, or you just?
I just looked at all the scrolled up in like the kill feed.
And Graphics walked a little too close to the 4 of Island and Sun up front. Now it looks like Savage Sabres, we're going to relocate the Io Gyro top on the Dusa. She's going to go ahead and Stone Gaze. I was just going to call it the Dusa Yell because I don't know the actual name.
They can still go.
Yeah, they can. She's low. Almost no mana. Why can't
I'm surprised they don't, because now ITS is going from the backside here.
Yes, they are. Why can't I scroll out? Oh well, I'll figure that out in a bit. Chimp committed roll. Tried to get some stuns, got nothing in there. Looks like they're going to disengage, and Juan Solo's going to TP back mid to pick up that tasty wave.
If Dire doesn't haul ass and help out that bottom tower, there's not going to be a...
If IITS gets this tower, I think that exchange favors them. A lot of spells used, but...
Yep, and again, IITS pick up a lingering graphics. That was something Island in the Sun did really well against the Dingoes last week that we noticed. Y'all are incredibly good at, okay, the entire team just TP'd out. I guarantee you someone was left behind. Let's go get them. That has to be a strategy y'all have, because and I've seen it here happen twice against this Witch Doctor.
Yeah, just no hesitation. You see someone, you go for it.
You also have very good target priority, something a lot of teams struggle with. You'll have a big team fight break out, and everyone's trying to kill everyone, but Island in the Sun's very good at everyone kill this guy first, then this guy. And it works. It works incredibly well.
Yeah. Tanoob is quite meticulous about, you know, calling what happens in team fights, and people don't always listen to him, but when they do,
all right, well,
that's usually what happens.
Island in the Sun grouped up. They have found them a Reaper. Reaper's going to drop the pit, drop the storm. Is he going to walk away? No, the wall has been committed. They want to make sure that global presence has been muted. And they went ahead and stole them a little Underlord clone that was then killed by the tower. These rotations, I think, creating the momentum before Sabres can is working very well for them, and I believe that is their ticket to victory.
Yeah, it's what IITS needs to do.
Radiant's bottom tower is a pile of dust and gravel.
Dusa going for the butterfly next item. No one? I guess Gyro could get an MKB, right?
It's I don't think he's going to. It looks like he's doing more of a pseudo magic build, if that makes any sense. Because did they change how the Ags works on Gyro this last patch?
No, still side gunner.
Okay, so it's. Oh, for some reason I thought. Oh, hang on.
Oh, he's so far forward.
Yes, he is, with no one to save him. And before Sabres could even fully respond, they tried to respond. There's the Underlord Pit, but it didn't work out.
It's interesting. We're kind of seeing the problem I thought IATS would have in the reverse with Savage Sabres. They don't really have anyone to, you know, be the aggressive person.
Root out. Looks like they're just poking, and the Sabres are saying, nope, back up. This is my tier 2. Crafty little wards placement from the noob. And it looks like they're now rotating onto Juan solo. Island and the Sun do not want to let the pressure up. They do not want to give the Sabres the room to breathe. And I believe they're relying on a couple of key items here. What those items are, I don't know, but it looks like Death Prophet is Yules, boots, and a Kaya. I wanted to call it Yasha, but I knew that was incorrect. Rubik, what have you stolen? He's got the Firestorm. And graphics will be picked off again.
Stack up those corpses and, I don't know, build a
I'm a bit surprised the DP chooses to go for the Boots of Travel. She wasn't super far ahead compared to Chimp, but I guess thought she'd be pulled around the map quite a bit.
I believe Island of the Sun is posturing here to try and steal the Tormentor. Yep,
It's a dangerous play for them to take it here. If the others know.
With all of them here, they won't take.
Oh, they
as
know
much
they're gonna
damage.
get wrapped on.
Holy shit! They went way too fast.
Oh my gosh, that's a great wall.
Sabres got the Tormentor. The Shard going the way of Io, but that was a 4-for-nothing fight. Island and the Sun may have lost the Tormentor, but all of that went in favor of
Actually,
Island
looking
and
at
the
that
Sun.
fight recap, it was Rubik with the Firestorm who did so much damage. The vacuum of all of them into the Firestorm, they were all stuck. It just completely annihilated them. Rubik did twice as much damage in that team fight as Savage Sabres all combined.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Radiant's top tower, I'd shut my eyes. Right
Wow.
Well-
I think what Savage Sabres needed to do there was pop the Exorcism on the DP and have her go in first to soak up a few spells, stall with the Yules, and then they have everyone try to come in, because everyone just funneled into that stairwell right there, right? And they just immediately all got vacuum walled, and the team fight was just completely over by that point.
Absolutely. So what do you think the Sabres need right now to counteract this aggression? I mean, we got multiple kill streaks going on Island in the Sun. Dusa has her Butterfly. Dusa has her Manta. She's already fight ready, in my opinion. She's obviously I believe she's going for, yeah, Scotty next, of course. And Island in the Sun is already posturing at this bottom tier 2. They're ready to finish this out. Gremlin is hiding in the shadows here, while Gyrocopter hasn't finished the Ags yet. He still only has the Diffusal Blade and half an Ags. Actually, he just finished the Ags just now.
I still think that even once he gets that, it doesn't really change things too much. There's no item that sticks out to me of what Savage Sabres are trying to build that will really change the tenor of the game. I think, that was really the first big team fight that we saw there just a moment ago, and I think that one really just came down to execution. I think Savage Sabres, other than getting 2 or 3 items to try and turn things around, there's no one big one that they can get that will change things.
Sabres giving up this bottom tier 2 to Island in the Sun. They don't even contest it. Io went ahead and used Relocate to go ahead and steal the Dire Wisdom Rune. Took Gyrocopter with him. They were a little early and didn't quite get the rune. Actually, no, they took the Tormentor. I'm sorry. I'm just watching the map, and I'm a support player. My first thought isn't go kill the Tormentor alone. It's go steal the Wisdom Rune. So talking with higher ranked players, they will tell you that Wisdom Rune is worth a a lot. I think it's worth like 2 kills, and it goes, your two lowest level people. I'm sorry, it goes to whoever picks it up, and then the lowest level person on top of that. So, it's a huge deal. It's worth fighting over.
Yes.
Did they? Yep. Currently, Io and Gyro are farming underneath Vision, and all of Island in the Sun is converging on them. Does Io have relocate? No, not for 30 more seconds. Gyro does have a TP roll, and so does Io. They smell something's up. They're getting out of here. Will they get out of here in time?
No, he's not gonna get it.
Io did not get it in time. He's just going to buy some time for Gyro to get out. So, if items aren't what Island in the Sun need, what do they need to be doing differently? What strategy should they be playing? Right now, I think, personally, they're too spread out. They're getting picked off one at a time by these clusters of Islanders. And it is dropping their momentum. You currently have Gyro sitting 4th highest in the net worth behind the Underlord, who's probably nuking these waves just to keep them pushed out. But that's also sapping farm away from your Gyro, who's I've seen several times out here farming the outskirts.
Yeah. Yeah, we've yet to see Savage Sabres group up, and I really think that's what they need to be doing. A lot of times in these games, whoever starts the fight wins the fight. And if you're always spread out, you're never in a position where you want to be starting fights.
Yeah, and I believe they were relying a little too much on the IO relocate and the Underlord. What the hell is this?
100% agree.
Fiend's
That's something
Gate.
that you can rely on if you're ahead, right? Because then it just becomes impossible to gank anyone. You spread out and you just out farm them incredibly quickly. But when you're behind like this, relocate in the pit or the gate, is it? Yeah, Fiend's Gate.
Fiend's Gate.
It's too slow.
Yeah, it's by the time they finish channel, it's a 3-second channel, I believe. At level, is channel sign change? No, it is a 3.5-second channel for Fiend's Gate. Relocate, I believe, is also, it's 3.2 seconds, so 3 seconds at max level. And Blanket Man has come in, he's dropped the back wall. Ult is down, he has already stolen the Iroh and the Gyrocopter slow. Gremlin has got the root down, Chimp is already rolling, Oracle's dropped the Rain. But Juan Solo is coming in with the Exorcism after all the big stuff's been dropped. Dusa does already have the Scotty. Is not level 25 though, so it's only going to be the one person she's targeting. Root down on the Underlord. Underlord's getting really low. Deuce is slamming in. Deuce has dropped that. The Snake. I'm forgetting name of spells again while I'm trying to talk really fast. And Rage Psycho is being absolutely slowed down. Another vac. Oh, it's a huge vacuum directly, and I believe Rubik stole the Firestorm again. Yep, that is a Rubik Firestorm on top of all of them. Deuce is calling out Deusa using a Stone Gauge, and that looks like the end of that. And Juan Solo, the Reaper, and Io are the only survivors. They picked off the Witch Doctor and the Gyrocopter there, and of course, Island in the Sun lost nothing. They're all still full on mana. Oracle's topping off their HP. They're going high ground.
Wow. Savage Sabres, they seem to have a good start into that fight as Reaper here going to be going down.
Yep.
But they ran out of juice, and it seems like they didn't quite realize that Island in the Sun had nothing left to fear. So Island in the Sun did a nice job of just pulling back gently, and when Savage Sabres ran out of juice, they just ran them over. And you saw the Savage Sabres had nothing to stop them. A really, really great vacuum there by Blanket.
I would like to take this moment to officially apologize to both captains of the teams. I forgot to hit record, so there will be no video of Game 1. My apologies. Another 3-man vacuum. Oh, that was huge. 3-man vacuum. Was that Rubik stolen call down? No, Rubik just stole Firestorm. They're just vacuuming into Firestorm, and it is chunking them alive. That is top barracks down, and Island in the Sun has already moved to try to pick down the middle racks. I think there's no stopping them. We got a 20k gold net lead for Island in the Sun. They're all on kill streaks. Deuce is nice and chunky. As we were talking, unable to walk. She's not as fat as me, but she's pretty freaking fat.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's... Savage Sabres lineup really just never felt like it got off the ground. I mean, I think both of us thought they had a game plan going into this, and it seemed fairly evident what they wanted to do, but they just never got the chance to do it. Island in the Sun, they're the team to take the initiative first, and it pays off for them.
The burst, the amount of damage Island in the Sun can dump in the 3 seconds it takes to channel all those relocates, it's just insane.
Yeah.
They went ahead and took care of the mid racks, and Chimp has gone into roll. They're not done. They're going for megas here. Another nice vacuum. Only got 2 this time into the wall. That's a Underlord blown up. Oh man, things are happening so fast. These are That is 3 down on the Savage Sabres. No buybacks, and they are chasing down 4th kill. We have 2 buybacks now, but the GG has been called. This game 1 is going to go the way of Island in the Sun.
Well played by them. And if you're the side of Savage Sabres, that has to be just so crushing. They have done so well with this Gyro IO, and Island in the Sun just gave it to them for free. And then they lost. What does that do to your mentality trying to go into game number 2 in a 5-game series?
I 100% thought Sabres had this from the draft. Looking at their draft, I was scared because I know how my pubs and my teams like to play against these super global heroes, where we're just wanting to farm. Then boom, whole team's there. But all right, it looks like Island and Sun are going to take game 1 of this 5-game series. That puts them 1 up. And we are going to go into game 2 after a short break. I will see y'all in a bit. Actually, no, before we break off, let's go ahead and look at the finishing lineup here. I like to compare side by side. So we'll put, the Gyro portrait up next to the Medusa so you can see how they ended up their games, their GPM, the stats comparatively. And we'll go ahead and start at the slot 1, Gambro and Rage Psycho looking at each other. I'm not going to give any commentary on this because we saw it happen in the game, but we'll go ahead and move on. I believe IO being the 5, well, I normally put that with Tanu, but he didn't play as a 5. That was the Rubik. And the Rubik, I'm going to say MVP. The vacuum walls, that's expected of a good Darkseer. Rubik had stolen the right spells to make those vacuum walls just absolutely destructive for them.
Yeah. Rubik did more damage in that game than Death Prophet did.
Oh, like total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By more than 8,000.
Well, that was only game 1, though. Game 2 may be something totally different. Oh, got invited to the lobby. All right, let me go ahead and drop for Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Game 2, Savage Sabres vs. Island in the Sun. That first game was absolutely in favor of Island in the Sun, I believe, for the entire thing. I never actually pulled up the graph to look. I usually like to check the graph to see what Valve thinks about who won the draft. But I totally forgot to do that. And I am here again, of course, joined by the Palest Rose. He'll be here for one more game at least, maybe Game 3, depending on how quick this one goes.
Hello, hello.
And we already are off to some bans. Of course, Island in the Sun is going to ban Sand King and Ursa, Savage Saber favorites, and Savage Sabres are going to ban Lena and Magnus, Island in the Sun favorites. Nothing new here yet.
I wonder who these going to switch it up first. We saw, both teams had the clear players they were trying to ban out last game. And Savage Sabres, I think they committed, we said, 5 of their 7 bans on Chimp Heroes, and he still had a pretty darn good game with Pango.
Yeah, he did. I wasn't paying too close attention. I don't know if he actually won mid, but he definitely won my heart.
I think he drew pretty even in mid, but he just made a better use of it. I think his team enabled him better than the Death Prophet, right? I think we saw, with Savage Sabres, they really split up a lot.
They never had a chance to group up. They were relying a lot on that global presence.
10 seconds.
Darkseer respect ban out. They don't want Blanket Man on Darkseer again.
5 seconds.
But now Island in the Sun, they could first pick the Doom.
Radiant's turn to pick.
You think that's what they're gonna do? No, Nature's Prophet. Is he back in the meta?
I'm going out on a limb here. I think that is a 5 Nature's Prophet for Tanoob.
Really? You're gonna go on a limb with Nature's Prophet?
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that. Unintentional puns aside, I do think that is a 5 Death Prophet Nature's Prophet for Tanoob. He likes that hero, whether it's meta or not. And he's a huge fan of draft ambiguity. So Savage Sabres are going to see that, and I think they're going to wonder if it's a hero that they didn't know Blanket played, or they're just going to be not sure what it's about, and it's going to mess up what they want to do.
We have an Axe pick for Savage Sabres. I don't know who or how or what. I don't know how big Axe is to Savage Sabres. I'm not a Savage Sabres fan. Not saying I hate them. I'm saying I don't know them very well. Island in the Sun, I know briefly just due to playing in the league and being roughly about the same caliber of team. Savage Sabres is always way above us. Is Axe a huge deal for Reaper?
10 seconds.
So not really. Savage Sabres have exactly 1 game with it this season. They put it. It was a game they won. They played it against Mary Todd Lincoln, who was also not top tier. But they also had Rage Psycho on Ursa that game, and that really was what carried it. But it was actually a Juan solo hero. He played it in the mid lane, so it was not Reaper playing it.
I almost forgot to hit record again.
Can't do that twice in a row.
Nope, did it now. We just, a little bit of draft, that's fine. All right, sorry. You were saying Axe they've only played it once this league. Axe is just, in general, a powerhouse.
Yeah, they only played it once. They played it mid on Juan solo.
Especially if they call somebody inside the treants. It's just going to be death. Lots of spinning. Something I like to believe, and I've been told I'm wrong, is Axe is actually a very good counter into Undying.
Oh, interesting.
You would think it'd be... Okay, Lich picked up for Savage Sabres. Pretty standard support. Anyway, you drop the Tombstone, and Axe wants to be in the zombies, because those zombies count for spins. But his spins do not kill the zombies. And I've seen it several times where Axe will get in the zombies, get a bunch on him, and he's just spinning like a top. It just doesn't stop.
That's assuming, though, that you get the blink in before the zombies hit you, right?
That's assuming the Tombstone is dropped as a counter initiation to the Axe initiating. But we'll see how that goes. It's banned anyway. We're not going to see the interaction. But we will see Earth Spirit picked up for Island in the Sun, as well as Centaur Warrunner. I know Centaur Warrunner. Blanket Man likes some Centaur Warrunner.
100%. One of his top players.
I believe Gremlin loves to spam Earth Spirit.
Yes. When Gremlin first joined IITS, I think for like 3 or 4 weeks straight, that's all he played until everyone got wise to it and started banning it.
It's our first ban against Island in the Sun, actually. every time because it's so disrupt. Those super mobile heroes are very disruptive to team fights in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Savage Sabres though with the Lich. I don't know. Let me see how much they've played that. I think they've only played it in one game. And I think it was also one of those games. I think it was like game number 1 or 2 against Mary Todd Lincoln. Which Janub and I casted together, which is why I'm recalling them.
Marcy picked up for Savage Sabres. I love me some
Oh.
Marcy. I have a poster and a pillow of her. They took a lot of time for that pick too. Let's see what they're.
That's really interesting. They haven't picked Marcy at all this season.
And Timbersaw as well. Marcy got the buff where now her sidekick lasts until she dies. Till her or the target of sidekick dies.
Really?
I believed, yeah, that was that's one of the few patch notes I actually remembered. And I do believe that it was, they lowered the lifesteal a little bit, I think. I don't think it definitely isn't 50%. That can't last, that just doesn't make any sense. If you want to pull up the patch notes, real quick.
Yeah, okay, so I do see that, Marcy and our ally are further than 2,500 meters apart. Ally receives no bonus, and Marcy gets only 50% until they get close again. But it doesn't, yeah, it shows no longer of a duration that it lasts for. So 25% lifesteal at max level, that is nothing to sneeze at.
Permanently. Until someone dies, I believe they hit a certain distance, you said?
Yeah, then it gets 50%.
Oh, if they're close, it's 50%.
No, if they get far apart from each other, the bonus for Marcy gets halved, and the ally gets nothing.
Ah, okay, I understand now. So almost like an IO.
Yeah, yeah.
An IO with less
damage and lifesteal.
Less tethering. I wouldn't be mind being tethered to Marcy though. Anyway, Pangolier picked up first Island in the Sun. Again,
hero for last.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Chimp on Pangolier again. It was pretty successful first game.
Yep, I think it's one of those if it's not broken, don't fix it. But Savage Sabres, this is a completely new lineup for them. I have not seen them play these heroes. It's actually really interesting. I'm very curious what they're gonna do. My guess is it's a Rage Psycho carry Marcy, mid axe, and then Reaper on Timbersaw. But unless they've been practicing these heroes, I'm worried that they maybe have overcorrected and they're like, well, there's no way Island of the Sun sees this coming.
No, I don't think they'll see this coming. I've never. This just seems to be an awkward lineup. What are they going to do to tie this all together? It doesn't look like they've picked up Rage Psycho's hero, and we're both looking for ones right now.
I think it's the Marcy on Rage Psycho.
You think it's a Marcy one?
Yeah, I could see it. I could also see it being, 4 for that for Marcy. Marcy Timbersaw, that's a scary lane. And Marcy can, leave once Timbersaw gets 6 and wants to pretty much just make the carry's life miserable.
Mm-hmm. Heroes to pick against Timbersaw and Axe. Monkey King.
10 seconds.
Would
Monkey
be huge.
And also Chimp is a wonderful Monkey King player.
Of course he is. Because his name is Chimp. So we got Monkey King would be a big pickup for Island in the Sun, I'm sorry. So I believe Savage Sabres should ban that out here.
I'll have to see if they think of it.
Well, if they do pick Monkey King and you said it's a Chimp hero, would they switch the mid and the safe lane?
Or the side of Savage Sabres?
No, for Island and Sun.
Dyer gets to ban.
Maybe.
All right, Dyer's turn.
Monkey and
banned out the Dro. Who does Dro mess up for a safe lane carry? Nope, we're gonna find out because I don't know. Troll Warlord.
Troll Warlord. Okay.
That's another one that's gonna really hurt the Timbersaw, I think. Especially with the new shard change where it's randomly fires off an axe in a random direction.
Mm-hmm.
Downside is if he rages and he rages onto axe, axe is gonna do some spinning.
And yeah, I think he can do the dunk through the immortality of the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, absolutely. If Troll Warlord's sitting low enough, the dunk kills all. It is a delete button if your HP is below a certain level. For a little while there, when Dusa was first changed to that weird mana shield, it was normal to pick Axe because if you hit level 6 before Dusa got any items, you could just dunk on her over and over again through mana shield.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they've changed that interaction, or they gave someone more HP or something. I don't know. I believe they fixed it. But it also looks like Phantom Assassin picked up for the Sabres.
Okay, so it is one solo going mid on that Timbersaw against Chimp's Pangolier. Reaper going say, on offlane with the axe.
That's not a good matchup for Pango. I think he's going to be lucky just to get his farm out of that lane. Timber's a hard cookie to lean against when you don't have a lot of magic damage.
Yeah. I'm thinking about this lineup. I feel like in theory, Savage Sabres, I think their lanes match up pretty well. I think the hardest one will be for them is the safe lane. I think PA can get bullied pretty easily by the Earth Spirit and Centaur Warrunner, but she does have those daggers to fall back on. I'm wondering if Savage Sabres are just going to, kind of reverse of what happened last time, just win the lanes and be the ones to group up first.
I was going to say, it looks like Sabres have the laning stage, Island and the Sun have the team fight, to me. I could be totally wrong. Granted, this is all opinion, and we're just here to watch the game and make noise so people aren't bored watching the boring parts of the game. But Marcy's Ags, I believe, is no, they're 4 or is they're 5?
Sorry, what did you say?
Is no the 4 or the 5 for the Sabres?
He is the 5.
Okay, so I don't believe he'll be picking up Ags.
Game might have to go pretty late for that.
Yeah. The Marcy Ags is absolutely devastating to supports, especially because the range on the pulse is huge. So you'll think you're going to get in a fight and cast some spells, but it's just not going to happen because you're going to be silenced. Anyway, here we go. Game number 2 of a 5-game series. Grand Finals of Season 38, AD2L. Challenger League. Man, that's such a mouthful. Challenger League Grand Finals. Savage Sabres versus Island in the Sun. Let's go ahead and introduce the teams. We'll go ahead and start with my favorite hero in the game, Marcy, being played by No. We have Rage Psycho playing the Phantom Assassin. Let's shoot across the map to Juan Solo on the Timbersaw, Reaper on the Axe, and last but not least, Graphics on the Lich for your Radiant side team, Savage Sabres. Moving over, we actually have Island in the Sun grouped up in the Radiant jungle right now, near where the outpost used to be. That's still not a change I'm used to. And while we're waiting on some kind of brawl to break out here, let's go ahead and introduce. We have Gambro. Gamebro or Gambro?
Gambro.
Gambro. On the Troll Warlord, followed closely behind Gremlin on the Earth Spirit. We have Centaur Warrunner being played by Blanket Man, the man who stole my profile picture. Move over to Nature's Prophet being played by Tanoob. It was a 5 Nature's Prophet. You were right about that. And who did I leave? Pangolier being played by Chimp in the mid lane. It looks like the runes are going to go 2 for 2 again. 2 for Sabres, 2 for Island in the Sun. And the laning stage has begun. Try to call out where you think a first blood's going to happen.
Oh, God. You're putting me on the spot. Let's see. I'm going to go with bottom lane. I won't say on who, but I think either Island in the Sun bully either the Marcy or the PA to death, or they die to a tower.
Okay. We'll see if your prediction rings true. I do believe you're correct. I think with the Earth Spirit and Marcy, it's going to be a very brawl-heavy lane. These two here are going to be to watch. I actually have a close friend of mine that does play a lot of Earth Spirit. He's actually pretty good. Not Gremlin good, mind you. He's pretty good. But he always says,
Reaper,
hang on.
top lane.
Yes.
He's been sprouted. Blood grenade. First blood.
Gambro does indeed pick up first blood on the axe.
Sorry to interrupt there.
No, you're good. This is an axe into dual range. It's gonna be tough. He's gonna need to get that Vanguard and blink quickly. When you play axe, at least when I play axe, you typically think, oh, we were wrong about who got first blood, by the way. We thought it was gonna be bottom lane.
Yeah, we did.
Anyway. Typically when you play axe, get your Vanguard, right? I don't click on them. Get your Vanguard. And then, depending on how things are going, you'll go Phase Boots, Blade Mail, or you'll go Brown Boots, Blink. At least that's how I play them. And this would be a situation where I go Brown Boots, Blink, just because you don't... their whole team is going to be very hard to catch otherwise. You're just going to be running at them, hoping you'll catch them, and they're just going to smack you over and over again.
Yeah, agreed.
Taking a look mid.
I do think you could go for the Phase Boots as well, though, simply because the Timbersaw... You can be a bit greedier, because I think the Timbersaw, this hero has to be aggressive, right? You spike early, your first spike comes early. And if I think you have to trust that Juan Solo is going to use that, which allows you to go for a bit more farming than you would otherwise, because I don't think you're the person who needs to start every fight.
All right. Oh, hang on. Oh, I caught it in time, but I missed the action before. Blanket Man did finish off the Rage Psycho with a double edge.
Looks like Dyer's top tower is in some trouble.
What the hell? I didn't know that helmet had a special thing.
Which one?
The double edge icon is different with that helmet. I had no idea that was a thing.
Is.
I have like all of his I'm a Centaur War Runner was like my jam. And I have all of his immortals, and I didn't realize that something else gave a different icon. Great, now I gotta go spend money, Valve. Thanks. Alright, we have Nature's Prophet rotated mid.
Marcy bottom lane, very, very low. Double edge. Not in range.
She jumped out. She'll be fine.
Well, we weren't right for first blood, but we were right for second blood.
Yeah.
Denied.
Oh, now that I got Marcy here, we'll go ahead and highlight Sidekick and see how they changed it. Okay. So she gets 50% of the lifesteal at 25% as long as she's in range. That's what it was. Gremlin's gonna go ahead and kicked Marcy back out of place. Didn't kick her quite back far enough. Now she's decided to go in and do some kicking. Dagger down on Gremlin. Got pulled back. Doesn't have the roll away just yet. 2, 1, and now he can roll. Oh, but he hit the PA and didn't get far enough away in time. And I believe we had 1 for 1. Yep, Blanket got the double. It was worth Gremlin dying, I think, for Blanket.
100%.
Yeah,
That's PA's second death. I mean, it's...
That's not great for...
Yeah. We were saying, this team rises and falls with how Rage Psycho does, and not the start you want.
Correct. Let's take a look
Taking a look at this mid lane, I'm actually kind of surprised. I think Chimp is doing better than I expected in this 1v1. I think a lot of that comes down to shield crash. The shield that the Timber has to hit himself through every single time.
Besides rolling Thunder, it's his only magical damage dealing ability. And
yeah, I don't think Chimp has any chance of actually killing Juan Solo here, but the shield crash is allowing him to survive more than he should.
Top lane, Axe is on the hunt. He's already cutting the waves. He's got his ring of health. Doesn't quite have the full Vanguard yet, but he's bullying the Nature's Prophet, pushing the lane up. And we have a pause that is immediately unpaused and then paused again. What is... the hell happened there? Hold on. Let's see. Troll Warlord pause to noob. No. The hell? Someone... Alan and the Sun don't know how to pause the game, is all that was.
Or do you think they all just screamed all at once, "Oh god, we gotta pause"?
Earth Spirit has crashed, from what everyone is saying. Alright, we can take a minute to figure out this action, though.
What a waste.
Thinking about these mid-game fights... Okay, Timbersaw is going to be 6 here soon, right? I think that's his cue to either you force Chimp out of lane, or you go and gank someone. But bottom lane is a possible combination, but I think PA and Marcy are too far behind to be good gank partners. So that really leaves top lane. I think definitely Nature's Prophet is a kill, and I think Gambro is 2 if the Axe... What does Axe have skilled? Axe does not have a level of Berserker's Call. Okay, so if Axe gets Berserker's Call at level 4 here, Timbersaw has 6, he comes up, I think they can make something happen in the top lane.
I believe it's going to be more than just him getting those calls. I think this whole game is going to revolve around this Axe getting calls. That is like their only initiation, but if they get the call, they've got AoE stun on the Marcy, AoE damage from the Timbersaw, the ridiculous ultimate coming out of Lich, and then PA to pick off stragglers that he didn't get called.
I think Timber can also initiate. I don't think Timber's going to do like some amazing initiation. I think Timber is going to do the face tank initiation. But, like you just mentioned, they have a ton of AoE damage. They have a lot of counter initiation with that Axe and like all the AoE damage you just mentioned. So I think if you have put the Timber out front, have him just hit some towers. And when Isle in the Sun, when they try to go on him, that's your cue to actually initiate the fight on your terms. So I don't quite think everything is going to be on the axe.
I think a lot of it's going to be. He's going to be doing some heavy lifting. And you know what? He doesn't have an axe in his hand, so he's got plenty of open hands to lift. Centaur Warrunner ult is going to play a huge role in these counter initiations as well. All right, let's see. Top lane is playing around mid. Timbersaw is under the tower now. He's got 3 levels into, what's that? Reactive armor. He just wants. He doesn't care anymore. He wants to be there. He wants to hit creep. I think Chimp is going to get forced out of lane a little earlier here.
I think Timber does need that 6 to get it. Once he has the Soul Ring and Arcane Boots, though, that's so much mana for him to play with. That.
Yep, and we missed. We were paying attention mid. We was Game Broke picking up a kill on Axe. Axe was already kind of low. I imagine he got rooted there. Did you see what happened?
No, I did not, but I imagine just Sprout into Whirling Axes ranged.
Are we bad casters? I'm the one controlling the camera, so I guess this is on me. My apologies, everyone. There's actually someone mentioning in chat how we missed the first blood.
Oh no! Oh dear.
Let's go take a look bottom lane. Gremlin's getting low. I bet I really just need to watch the life bars. All right. Gremlin rolled in, pushed the PA back, but oh, he's getting really low. And PA picked up a kill on Gremlin. A much-needed boon of some HP there. This lifesteal coming out of the Marcy is going to be huge for her, especially because of how kill-heavy this combo is with Centaur and the Earth Spirit, who can just roll in, kick you out, and move on. I believe, yep, Timbersaw has hit level 6, has enough money for the mana boots. Axe is getting low again. Axe is getting very low. Yeah, bro. And I believe this is exactly how Axe has died several times already. Except this time, he does have his Vanguard, so he will survive. 7-minute Wisdom Runes. Looks like Gremlin's going to pick up the Dire Rune, and Noob picked up the Radiant Rune. That is 2 Wisdom Runes in the way of Island of the Sun. That
was so cheeky.
Yeah, it was. I saw the Sprout. That's pretty big. Those Wisdom Runes are worth a lot.
Middle tower is hanging on,
and he's not even punished for it. He just TP's over there, knowing Axe has to stay in lane to recover.
PA has dove behind the tower with the help of the Timbersaw, who is here. They're just pushing Blanket Man back. They're going to go ahead and take this tower. Chimp has TP'd in, has dedicated the Rolling Thunder. And then you have Gremlin, who's rolling up to the high ground to grab the Marcy. Nothing's going to happen there. Let's get back over here to the fight. Will Timbersaw be able to Timber Chain on out? Yep. He's pretty low, though. Swashbuckle. He does have 20 stacks. He does have 20 stacks of
Lincoln, he's trying to farm to get the Stampede here on the creeps, so that Pango can catch up.
One kill. There it is.
He's got it. He's got it. He's using it.
Will it be enough?
They need to walk over him. Oh, he's got the swashbuckle.
Oh, right on the tip. Just
what a heads-up play for Blanket to literally stop and farm the creeps to get the Stampede.
That was... I wouldn't have even caught it had you have not said something. That was big. I was wondering, I was like, okay, I guess they're disengaging. And of course, Gambro's just sitting up here farming.
It's the Gambro special.
But he just whirling axe it, did the call. There's some spins. Creeper hitting axe. Spin again. One more spin and he's down, and that's it. Noob has decided to come and poke at the axe. We also have an Invis Chimp here who found him a Lich. Swashbuckle, one more should do it, and he's good. Noob has decided to join the fray down here in the axe. Maybe they can pick up the axe as well.
He's got Swashbuckle.
And it's not quite enough. That's slow.
Crash.
But Shield Crash will finish it out. Huge rotations for Island in the Sun.
I am kind of shocked. I really shouldn't be, because Tanoob loves these strange 5 positions, but I'm kind of shocked how much the Nature's Prophet is getting done on them.
Hang on, bottom lane is happening. Blanket Man is getting dove on, and I think he sat under the tower a little too long. But the PA is now level 6. This is where all the damage is. And now with that guaranteed crit, you know, she can throw the daggers and have a lot of mad damage. And then she'll pick up an axe. And did she get the kill on Blanket Man as well? Yep. That's a double kill for a PA. She's a little behind, just now starting her Battle Fury, but At this rate, she should have it pre-15 minutes. She does already have treads and a Wraith Band, though.
Yeah, if you look at net worth, she's actually 500 ahead of the Troll Warlord.
Even though she had a pretty rough early game. Let's see, what's Timber Saw? He's just farming up. Chimp is pushing the mid lane. For some reason, I thought the Prophet was Radiant. Oh well. Axe pressuring that top tower. I was like, why is Nature's Prophet behind tier 2s? What is he doing? I was like, oh wait, that's his tier 2. I promise we're good casters. Well, the Pale Rose might be. I'm awful.
Might be, thank you. High praise.
Oh, and towered on the PA, but you know what? PA's got a pretty low cooldown. Blink. She'll join in on the fight, and look at that. Savage Sabres saved the kill for the PA. They definitely could have taken that.
Bad. Janoob's gonna go down here as well.
Yep. There is no escaping this lineup. I think this is exactly what the Sabres were wanting for this lineup. Very mobile, a lot of slows. I didn't think about the mobility. They have 3 very mobile heroes on their team.
Yeah, it's going to be an issue. I mean, I think that's why the Nature's Prophet Sprout will be really useful, right? With that leash that eventually comes into play.
Depends on where the Timber Saw is.
Yeah.
I don't know if the leash remains if all the trees have been cut down. Legitimately,
I think it does with the talent. But Chimp, he's actually very far here.
Yep, I was watching top lane, and I missed that kill mid because I need these teams to group up, which makes it even follow them. The noob is going to sprout the Marcy, and I think he's going to get out just fine because the Timber Saw did not cut his Marcy out of the trees.
Yeah, Chimp just completely dove there, took him out with the swashbuckles, and there's just no one to respond. As Chimp finds 3 bounty runes here. Just shows you how much IATS has been on the other side of the map making moves.
I'm expecting something to happen between this axe and this troll, so I keep going up there and missing other stuff. So I apologize for that. I guess I'll just have to keep an eye on the...
Something is going to happen.
Oh yeah,
Reaper.
something is happening. Trimp is jumping on the Reaper. And he's just going to TP out. Will Troll get the root? No, he won't. And Axe will definitely TP out. He already has his Vanguard boots, and it looks like, yes, he is going Vanguard Brown boots into the Blink Dagger, but we do have a Centaur ult trying to get away from this, and that is a slow, another slow, and No will actually pick up the kill there on Blanket Man.
Mid lane, Juan Solo.
So much is happening everywhere. Yep, Juan Solo got really low, but he picked him up a Haste Rune, and he's going to run away. Gremlin did try to roll in and pick him up anyway.
I really want to see one of these teams group up as 5. I think both of them have the capability to do it.
It'd make my job easier.
But Isle in the Sun, you know, at least here as 3, taking that mid tower, first tower of the game.
All right, we got him. We got a group up here. Chimp has committed the roll. Trees down onto the Marcy, but she's just going to jump on out. Pulses are down, but Marcy didn't live long enough. Oh no, Marcy lived. I'm sorry.
Ooh, big swashbuckle.
PA's coming to clean up. Yep. These pulse slows are just a lot.
Oh,
Chimp didn't get to the low ground. Will the creep kill the Marcy? No, they won't. PA picked up a double. Oh, we still have stuff happening here. Reaper's getting awfully low. Calling him the Reaper. It's Axe. It makes it sound like there's a new hero called the Reaper, which sounds badass, and we need one now.
Valve, get on that.
I would like royalties, though, if you do it. It was my idea. I wonder if Rage Psycho realizes he's farming right next to Gambro. Yep, he does, and he's going to go give him some smacks. Where are the crits? 4 hits, no crits.
He's got that ult.
Yep.
Juan Solo, he needs to be careful. Yeah, no, he's just dead.
That was a lot for the Troll Warlord there. Even though he didn't pick up either of those kills. Let's see, how much did he get? And yeah, he got a little bit of gold.
Good recovery gold for him there.
Let's take a look at the graph, which something we didn't do last game. So according to the graph, Valve says these teams drafted evenly, right up against each other. 50-50 call from the get-go. I mean, looking at this graph this early is useless. These teams are neck and neck, even at 15 minutes. There is no clear winner. It's going to be really who just executes the team fight better. No is found to noob. Marcy's going to do some butt kicking. But it looks like Gremlin's going to come in, and it is now No versus 3 of Island in the Sun, and she's not going to live.
A valiant effort, but can't overcome 3 heroes.
I watch a lot of videos of Marcy with 3 heroes.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated. Dire's middle tower is
Alright, I'll stop making you.
Oh, Axe has the Blink Dagger.
He does have the Blink Dagger, but Island in the Sun, no. Let's see. Axe got the call to save his Lich. Never mind, Gremlin's going to go ahead and pick the Lich up. Rolling Thunder is down. They're getting Timbersaw long down. Axe is trying to run away, but he is now against 4, and he is alone. Blink Dagger and Vanguard will not save him this time, as the Timbersaw decided it's not worth the trouble and moved on back to the bottom lane to pick up that tasty wave of farm.
I really feel like this Timbersaw had a pretty good advantage coming out the laning phase, but Juan Solo just not really able to use it. We were talking about, you know, put him in front of the team, have him just hit a tower and dare IITS to go on him, and that really hasn't been what we've seen. He had that nice counter initiation, counter gank on the bottom lane, but apart from that, I haven't seen this Timbersaw be as active as I'd hoped.
There's a lot of excuse me. There's a lot of magic damage coming out from Island in the Sun that is absolutely nullifying him in these fights, especially with that Veil of Discord getting dropped. So they're getting the spell barrier on top of making the Timbersaw, who's already pretty susceptible to magic, more susceptible to magic, as well as mitigating some of his damage. Reaper picked up the call onto Nature's Prophet. Centaur gets the ult down. Marcy's been deleted. Lich has been deleted. And
Stuns.
Axe is going to TP out. No!
Oh!
Gremlin picked up the stun. Gremlin ult is down. And I believe this is going to spell the end of Axe for at least 30 seconds.
Now you'll see what you are up against.
Island in the Sun is really starting to snowball here. They are grouped up as 5, while the Savage Savers are kind of spread out. We've got Timbersaw bottom lane and PA top lane, leaving Marcy, Axe, and the Lich to just kind of figure it out. I'm not a captain. I don't make big calls, but that seems like a bad one. I think the Timber should be with the Axe and the Lich and the Marcy.
Yeah, I think, you know, PA being top net worth here, she does have that Battle Fury, but you're PA, you don't have to just, you know, go and farm just because you have Battle Fury. You could fight with your team, and I think coming out of the laning stage, PA was in a really good position to do that. I agree with you that they should have just, you know, grouped up, because otherwise, this is what you have happen.
Now, the PA does have a few things against her here. Like I said, I mentioned that all that magic damage. Yep, and there it is. All that magic damage coming out of Island in the Sun, plus all the magic amp, and the disarm from the Pangolier is... I don't think she can fight until she has BKB. Currently, she's working on a Desolator. Okay, Axe is going to drop to the sorry, to the Pangolier. Pangolier is rolling. Picking up Island. Sorry, Juan Solo. Juan Solo pick up. That is a full team wipe in favor of Island in the Sun. The snowballing is coming.
Yeah.
It is no longer a snowball. We're pushing into avalanche territory.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw Savage Sabres. They didn't get the initiation. They didn't fully commit, nor did they fully back out, and they just get picked apart.
And that is a tier 2 tower and a team wipe in favor of Island in the Sun. I don't think it's necessarily the team fight. They were already down a couple of people, and they were still lingering around that tier 2 tower and got picked off. And with the mobility of Island in the Sun, they're going to catch on top of this PA no matter how she blinks.
Right.
I believe it should be PA until she has BKB, off farming the BKB, and the 4 members of Savage Sabres grouped up, just defending these objectives. Island in the Sun just picked up tier 2 for nothing. Savage Sabres didn't even attempt to defend it. Cambro, yeah, they know where she is. She just walked under a ward. They smoked up.
Take the gate.
She's going to take the gate. I don't know if the gate's the play here, though, because they can also take the gate.
They might waste time looking for her, though, and not recognize that she's gone up there. Nope, Blanket's going.
Nope, they're taking the gate. What are you going to do, Rage?
Oh!
Alright. Rage
Oh
Psycho
my
did
God.
see the centaur. He knows he's being hunted. He's going to TP out, and they're not going to find him. He'll be just fine. That was a lot of time wasted for Island in the Sun, though. Axe is about to finish up these phase boots. This Axe is way behind. He has
He
been...
decided to complete the death instead of the BKB.
She did finish the Desolator. That could... I mean, if heroes are dead, they can't cast spells on you.
Don't forget, Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated. Okay, fine. You can look. It's kind of funny.
This Axe needs to catch up. He needs Blade Mail. All this damage coming out from Island in the Sun can easily be redirected. Looks like Island in the Sun is also going to pick up the Tormentor. And Marcy will take the Shard. What is her new Shard? Has it changed any?
I don't
It
think so.
Decreases cooldown and rebound. Can be cast on enemies. Cause Marcy to get a speed boost when she casts it.
It's, let's see.
I just read it.
I'm thinking about the
Oh,
two
is it?
teams.
If is it different?
I'm wondering, you're talking about that last team fight really didn't come down to execution. It kind of was the strategic decision making from Savage Sabres, but you're starting to get into a point where I fear that Island and the Sun are just going to have too many items, and it's going to take more than just good team fight execution. It's going to take perfect team fight execution for Savage Sabres to be pulling out these wins here.
Yeah, Troll Warlord sitting on just a Battle Fury and Wraith Band, as well as Phase Boots and Sanjin Yasha. I always forget Sanjin Yasha is not a shit tier item. So like I gloss over it, like with my eyes. Chimp is heavy lifting right now. 11-1 on the Pangolier. Basher, Diffusal, Ags, Mana Boots. He's looking to pick up a Shiva's Guard, and as I'm saying this, Island in the Sun has moved into the Roche Pit, and this will be an uncontested quick and easy Roche. It looks like even Chimp is up on this front line near the tier 2, the bottom tier 2 tower for Radiant. Just kind of keeping a line in case Savage Sabres decide to move towards the Roche Pit to try to contest this. They've smoked up, but it doesn't look like they've chosen to contest it. And that is an Aegis on the Troll Warlord. He is dunk-proof for at least one dunk. Pangolier is nice and fat, though. Very farmed, has all the items he needs. He's building into luxury at this point. Let's take a look at Centaur Warrunner. Centaur is working on the Ags. Yes, God, please give me the cart. I love the Centaur cart. It's so friggin' stupid.
It really is.
Ursa wasn't allowed to have a cowboy hat, but Centaur Warrunner gets a fucking cart. Come on now.
They're desperate for getting players to play, and what better free publicity than giving Centaur a cart?
They brought the Ursa hat back, though. You can now get the Alpine Ursa set for free.
Did they?
Yes, it is included in the 10-year anniversary
They
chest.
are desperate for players.
And it is a gold version of it, too.
Ah!
Alright, so we have Island in the Sun is poking this bottom high ground with the Aegis. Chimp is poking around the mid high ground. All the creeps are pushed up. PA, except for top lane. PA has a top lane pushed all the way to Island in the Sun's tier 2 tower. She's farming. She's trying to get items. I believe what is she working on now? It would be BKB. Yep, she's working on BKB. She's actually about halfway to it at this point. Troll Warlord ran up the high ground, poked Axe a little bit, but ran back down. We also have Chimp, who is making sure that mid lane is pushed in as well. So they are knocking on 2 doors for Savage Sabres. I keep wanting to say Saberent Sabres. I work in IT, so I deal with Saberent a lot. And it's really hard not to say Saberent when you're saying Savage Sabres.
It's on the tip of your tongue.
Let's see here. And kind of a bit of a lull at the moment. It's Savage Sabres are just desperately trying to get what little farm they can off the map, while Island in the Sun are cutting off all of their lifelines. They've now rotated into the top lane. They're starting to cut off that top lane as well. So they're locking up the Sabres into their base.
Yeah, Isle in the Sun, they don't have any items that are coming out here imminently for them. Doesn't look like Savage Sabres do either. So both teams, they're just going to have to fight with what they have. And, as we've seen, Isle in the Sun, they're a good item ahead on most heroes, except for the PA Troll Warlord matchup.
Ooh, PA blinked right into Blanket Man. I don't think she meant to do that. BKB is so close. Actually, I think she Yeah, she could buy BKB right now, but she would lose her buyback status.
I don't think she has the gold. 2,000 gold. She's missing 450.
Oh, my God. I work with computers. They do the math for me. Let's see here. Chimp picked up the plate mail of the Shiva's Guard. Yeah, nothing. This is just a stare down right now. Which dog is going to bark first? Axe has now finished up the phase boots. He is working on the blade mail. PA is sneaking out to get whatever farm she can. She is foregoing buyback for the BKB, which I think is actually the call here.
There is a possibility that Troll Warlord will be able to get his MKB before the Aegis expires. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. But it would be close, and yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they're choosing not to push this.
I think it comes down to grand final nerves. Island of the Sun, Savage Sabres haven't had very many games taken them off in this playoffs at all. I think they've only lost 2 games total. The other game being the first game of the series.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, they in the main season they went 1-1 against IITS.
Yeah, that was
The other game they lost.
Yeah, that was the other one. So IITS has taken a game off of each team. So Savage Sabres aren't as maybe not be as confident as they were going into this, especially because they lost game 1. So they're being careful. Island in the Sun hasn't been here before. They've never been in the grand finals that I know of. So they're also nervous. They don't want to ruin this lead that they have.
But chasing the Troll Warlord, that might have been a big mistake, as there's no one here to protect as Chimp goes high ground.
Yep. That is a huge call, but the damage, there's no follow-up. Chimp's going to drop to half. Blinking Man's going to drop to half. Ooh, Jingham's going to drop below half.
Stampede.
And that is a dunk on the Centaur War Runner. He got a little low there and underestimated the amount of magic damage that could go out. And PA getting a little brave going out. She does have her BKB.
Ooh,
Chimp
he
tried
needs
to
get that
roll and didn't get it
Oh
and
my
got
God.
crit. Gremlin gets in with the ult. That Desolator is paying dividends right now. BKB is out on the PA. Troll Warlord has ulted. He does still have the Aegis.
Missed the dunk! Doesn't matter.
He did not have it. Did he lose his Aegis? It expired,
Yeah,
didn't
his
it?
Aegis expired already.
That was perfect timing from Savage Sabres.
Wow. It turns out the bait kind of went in reverse because IITS, they didn't have their troll for most of that fight.
Yeah, that was a wonderful counter initiation and timed perfectly well. This is one of those situations, and my team's been in this situation before, where you're doing well, but you don't want to throw it. So you don't push the issue while you have the advantage. And you end up waiting a little too long. They pick up the items they needed to counter you, and then boom. Alright, so we have trying to knock on the tier 2 towers. Blinking Man blinks in, stuns the axe, and there was enough damage just to drop the axe from full. He was getting hit by the tier 2 towers, so he was already a little low. Chimp's got the roll down, but she is blinked out onto the Timbersaw, and she's going to run away. Chimp has got him a stun
Double
onto the
stun.
Marcy. Blanket Man got the stun onto the Timbersaw, and Timbersaw's going to drop as well. Graphics has decided just to run backwards to try to get them off the PA. DD Rune has spawned bottom at an excellent time for Island in the Sun. 4-0 kills in that last fight for Island in the Sun.
Man, you were just talking about overconfidence.
Yep.
And Savage Sabres overestimating their hand there. Great stuns by Blanket. Multiple hero
Absolutely.
stuns both times.
And he is 500 gold from, sorry, 400 gold from the cart. And that is a DD rune on the troll as they are poking high ground. MKB finished up. That is a stun dagger, so PA has a basher.
Axe is maybe looking for the angle here, but with the troll just being the one on the front line. Yeah.
He does have his ult too. Marcy's gonna run in, see if they can burst down the troll. The dunk connected this time. Blanket Man blinked in, gets a double stun. PA is gonna see if she can clean up this back line a little bit. She gets a stun on Chimp before his roll goes off. The roll There it is. Can she finish it up? Got the stun during roll. PA just disarmed.
Okay.
Can she catch up to Gremlin? Juan Solo's chasing, but that is a 4-second cooldown on a huge roll.
After that team fight, both teams are now going to realize this game is about the PA.
Absolutely.
And
The
both
PA
teams are gonna
and keeping the troll from getting dunked on during his ult.
Yeah.
That Desolator, I think, was a good call on the side of Savage. Rage Psycho decided to pick that up, because like I said, they can't cast spells on you if they're dead.
Oh, and the Tormentor spawns too for them. So Roshan's up in 10 seconds. I think if Isle and the Sun get this next Aegis, they can stabilize this game again. I think they do need to try to push their advantage this time because I don't know if they'll be able to, you know, hold it for a third Roshan attempt. But if Savage Sabres take this next Rosh and put it on the PA, well, do you even put it on the PA? You might put it on someone else.
It looks like Troll is going Ags, Aghanim. Let's see. Is this new? A Dispel?
No, this is old.
Okay. I don't play a lot of Troll. He wasn't really strong up until recently.
Yeah, it's one of Gambro's lesser, like he plays it quite a bit, but not as much as things like Medusa and Sniper.
Yeah. Earth Spirit, just picking Earth Spirit. I look like everyone's going Ags right now. The Prophet almost has it. That team root is gonna be big.
Yeah.
Do you know if the Ags root is BKB piercing?
I believe it is. I think I should say I don't think you can pop BKB to get out of it, but oh my gosh, Chimp.
Absolutely missed that kill on Chimp.
He just got called and died.
Yep. I was focusing on what the troll was doing. Bad caster.
Yeah, call him to die.
Small indie company.
Roshan though, now Roshan is up, and Chimp has no buyback, which definitely gives the advantage to Savage Sabres here.
Yeah, they are smoked up and running towards the Roche pit. Gambro is there. Isle and the Sun is lingering about. They probably should concede this one. They are definitely ahead, and I don't think the Roche will be the end of the world for them to give up. They are hanging around. PA has began in on the Roche. Troll Warlord has started in on Timbersaw. Blanket Man's ult is down. PA decided to stop Roshing to join the fight.
Oh, Gambro, is he gonna get dunked?
He got
is.
dunked. Blanket Man's awfully low for a dunk as well. He's also going to get dunked.
Oh my gosh.
That is 4 kills for Savage Sabres. And they're going to go and just take Roche uncontested.
Now the game completely swings the other way.
Absolutely.
Once Savage Sabres get this Roshan, the game is 100% in their favor.
Giving up the Roche would have probably been the better call there, but, you know, I'm also not flipping the vision, so I don't know what they did and didn't see.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you feel like you can feel the game slipping away from you, right? And you feel like if you give this Roshan up, the game is just going to be out of control. There's nothing you can do to bring it back. But by staying, you've only ensured that that's what's going to happen.
Yep. Axe is now working on the... Oh hell, what's that item called? Assault Cuirass. Why did I forget Assault Cuirass? That's like the biggest stable. Axe is working on the Assault Cuirass now. He does have the cheese, and PA picked up the Aegis. Island in the Sun is backed up against the corner. Currently, Savage Sabres are pinging out their Tormentor. This game is dead even net worth-wise. Yeah, we're looking... This could go either way. Like, 1 or 2 team fights are going to call this game. Savage Saber just picked up the tier 2 tower. Blanket Man blinked in and ulted, is initiating on top of the PA. Can they burst her down before she can get the fight off? She does have the break. She did use the shard to break, but she did drop. That is Aegis burn. Timbersaw is down. Troll Warlord is pounding into the axe, but she got stunned. Will he get low enough and get dunk territory? It doesn't matter. Axe has been killed. Troll Warlord has killed the PA. That is 4-0 inside of Island in the Sun. And now they're going to run straight down tiered bottom. I think they're going to go high ground. 3 buybacks for Savage Sabres, but Timbersaw does not have buyback.
And it swings the other way.
That was a triple kill for Troll Warlord.
They didn't get the dunk off that time.
They did not. In fact, they killed Axe before he was even in range of the dunk.
Yeah, no, the Axe got the call, but I don't think he got the troll in it.
He had the
was just able
troll
to
in
hit
it, but the troll was life stealing off of him way faster than he was losing health.
Yeah, he also hit the PA with the whirling axes melee, so when she jumped on him, he didn't die.
Yeah, she missed a lot of her attacks, including a couple crits.
Yeah.
And Graphics is left to defend alone, but everyone's coming back up. That's a buyback on PA. And everyone is back up. This will be a 5 for 5 with no buyback available for PA. Let's go ahead and pull the buyback graph up now. There's no buybacks on... How do I sort this? There. There's no buybacks on Island in the Sun. They don't have enough gold. Except for Nature's Prophet and Pango. He now has buyback as well. The Troll Warlord's only 700 gold off, and Gremlin is only 300 gold off. Prophet just bought something, so Prophet is no longer right off.
I think both teams slow things down a bit here. On the side of Savage Sabres, they want their PA buyback to be up, and like you mentioned on INTS, they need buybacks.
You get to this point in a game and your heart gets pumping. The adrenaline starts going and you start making little mistakes. I think both teams are going to take a disengage here to slow their heart rates, because that got intense, even for me. I'm not even playing. I have no skin in this game.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what big items come out. It looks like Centaur Warrunner going for the Heaven's Halberd. That'll be really nice against the PA.
Except it is now dispellable. Well, not dispellable, but it no longer pierces spell immunity.
Oh, interesting.
That is a
Okay.
big change. So Halberd
Yeah.
will help, but as soon she'll be rearmed during her BKB, but will be disarmed again after BKB expires. Can you not knock things off my desk, please? Sorry. Speaking to my other co-caster, Lily the cat.
I heard knocking off of desk, and it's like, bet that's a cat.
She is fluffy, adorable, and the most mischievous thing I've ever owned. All right.
Savage Sabres. They went for a smoke gank, weren't able to find anyone.
And now it looks like Timbersaw is alone against 4 or all 5 here. Yep, all 5 Island in the Sun folk. But they don't know what's behind the timber, I think. They don't think they know where the rest of Savage Sabres are right now.
And that kill does take long enough that others can react.
Actually, they don't know where any of Savage Sabres is. Except for the timber. So yeah, they're playing that cautious. So, unpopular opinion time. Nature's Prophet, level 25 talent.
Oh no.
I play a lot of Prophet. I have a decent win rate with him. I almost always go the HP damage one.
Really? Okay. Well,
Because
I play very little Prophet. I have a terrible win rate with him, and I go the other one. So I think we should listen to you.
I'm still just a legend, so the reason is because this late in the game, because it's a lot harder to kill them than you think it is. So a lot of the time, it's kind of like I think Warlock's golems. While they're trying to kill the golems are already doing the damage. I have found I was able to drop racks with that ability more often than not, just because they're trying to get the trees off the racks. Now, there's situations where that's not true. Like right now, I wouldn't do it against a PA. One crit, whole wave's dead, no matter how much HP they have.
Right.
Timbersaw, it's percentage base. He's going to kill him anyway. But again, that's my unpopular opinion of the day.
Still a long way until the Nature's Prophet's able to hit 25, though.
Yeah, I just felt it needed mentioning. Now, Troll Warlord is not off of 25 too far. He is level 22. Let's go bring back the net worth. Sort
That
this
Whirling Axe's piercing magic immunity will be very good for him against the PA if he chooses to go that route.
out. Yeah. I don't think he has much he needs to worry about strong dispelling. I don't think they have anything that's worth dispelling.
Ooh, Reaper, he gets the call.
Oh, shit. He blew up Chimp. And Centaur is going to do the call to get everyone out. Juan Solo does have his ag, so he is shielding up. And Tanoob is going to TP out and find a shield rune top. He's not going to pick it up. I'm pretty sure he pinged it out or let his team know. Man, I'm getting a little too lax on these single heroes. Luke missing stuff.
Once again, the Phantom Assassin just completely, we were saying this game is about the Phantom Assassin. If Phantom Assassin gets, the farm, the kills, the damage, then they're going to win. And we just see, if you're out of position for just half a second, Axe gets the call, PA blows you up, 4v5 right off the bat.
Absolutely, and it looks like Savage Sabres are no longer locked in their base. They are now roaming the map, getting some farm. Ooh, Tanoob missed the sprouts. Would have picked him up a free lich there. And PA and Timbersaw are reacting to this, though, but Tanoob is going to TP out and be fine.
That's a lot of TPs to force, but if Reaper shows on this wave, they might go for him.
I imagine it was due to them not knowing if it was a single pickoff or if it was the entirety of Island in the Sun there.
Right.
We are back to the farm game, but all of Island in the Sun is up. What buybacks do we have? I think it's Y.
I'm surprised Isle and the Sun are keeping so few buybacks. I think at least all 3 cores should have their buyback at this point in the game.
Yeah, it's only the Troll Warlord right now. Now, Centaur's not far off, only 200 gold. That's one wave of creep. Looks like they're drawing on the map. They are rotating Island in the Sun on the bottom lane. They want to pick up this PA, but if you also look, the Timbersaw just circled where the entirety of Island in the Sun is. They know Gremlin is currently sauntering his way towards the Timbersaw. Do they have a ward down? Oh, nope, that's... Yep, they don't have anything out. However, Gremlin's going to ping out and see the graphics courier. Sorry, I'm starting to get tired. See graphics courier. And Chimp is going to blow him up with a single swashbuckle. Timbersaw, and this is all of Savage Sabres have TP'd in on this.
This is a big fight. This is going to determine who gets the next Roche.
BKBs are down.
PA, they got off the ultimate, the dunk, it comes out.
He does have buyback. And that...
2 dead, 3 dead.
Getting this Troll Warlord blown up seems to be the call.
Yes, 100%. Oh my gosh, he gets the Abyssal Blade onto Chimp as well. Roshan is going to respawn in 50 seconds.
I don't think...
Troll's not even going to be up by then.
I don't think Savage Sabres is going to wait. I think they're going to force the issue. Currently, Marcy is chasing down the... or attempting to chase down the Gremlin, who is... It is just a waste of time to push that hero down. And we have another pause with Marcy backflipping in the air. Look at that.
What a time to pause.
For a toilet break? Okay.
Well, like you said, they're just going to push on mid. But, okay, so what can IITS do? When they go into the high ground, they've got 2 buybacks. The Troll buyback, the Centaur buyback. I think even with both those buybacks, if you're the side of Savage Sabres, you still feel comfortable pushing forward. I think Rage Psycho feels super strong here. But you also have, if you've timed the Roshan, you know that once they buy back, you have the option of just, leaving, getting the Aegis, getting your Lich back up. And when you come back to knock on their high ground again, you're going to be that much stronger.
Yep. I absolutely agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think IITS, I think they needed to, if they really wanted to win that fight, if they knew Roshan was up or was going to be up soon, you have everyone have buyback and you just commit those buybacks to that fight to win it, to get the Roche.
I don't think they were planning on the entirety of Savage Sabres to show up to that. I think they were hoping for a quick little one pick off and done. They weren't ready for a fight. They definitely were a little too scattered for it. And Troll getting dunked on is what basically ends all these fights for Island in the Sun.
Yeah, it's a pervasive problem.
And I'm not sure what Troll could be doing other than not ulting. But, he can't not ult because then he dies anyway.
Right. I think it has to be on his team to try to control the Axe. You can't, let's see what an Axe has. I think the natures, if you have good vision, right, you can use the Wrath of Nature with the Aghanims to entangle him. And, kind of just delay him that way.
So, another thing we can do is Earth Spirit roll in and ult and put that dot on him that keeps canceling his blink dagger. He does not have BKB. He can't purge it.
Right.
He actually has no way out of it. And I don't, actually, is it even? Yeah, it's purgeable. But he has no way out if you hit him with that. And it's just going to sit there and ping and ping and ping and he won't blink. That's typically what my job would be as a 4 or a 5, is just to find and focus down the enemy Axe and keep his blink dagger on cooldown. One of my favorite heroes to do that with is Venomancer.
Ooh, yeah.
Putting those Plague Wards down in places he likes to hide from blinking. He walks in, gets Plague Ward hit. Blink on cooldown. And we have Savage Sabres knocking on tier 3s of Island of the Sun. They're going to go ahead and fortify. We only have 2 buybacks on the Centaur and the Troll. No Pango, no Nature's Prophet. And Gremlin is currently up at the... He's taking the portal. I think he's going to try to cut the wave here. But
That's all he can really do.
even cutting the wave, there's another wave going to walk up into base. And that's going to open up the tier 3 mid as well. Oh, no, it's not, because they have not taken the tier 2 mid yet.
But it's going to fall so fast.
Oh, absolutely. I forgot how long this game has been on the Radiant side of the map. This side of the map has just been unlocked for Savage Sabres, and it just hasn't been most of the game. We do have Troll coming back up in a few seconds, as well as Chimp and the Nature's Prophet. It looks like they're going to head down to the Roche. Let's see if any of them will spy that DD that's sitting in the bottom river. Nope. Looks like they're just going to run straight to Roche. Does PA really need more damage to kill Roche?
Perhaps not, but if the Troll gets it, maybe it's an even fight.
That would be big. But will they make it in time to the Roche pit to stop them?
They totally know it's happening. All 5 smoked up.
Absolutely. But he's dropping fast. Roche is already at half. Island in the Sun is only halfway here. They need a Centaur ult now.
Watch the Centaur.
Axe is ready to blink and counter initiate. They've scanned it out. Gremlin has spotted them, broken the smoke. Marcy's going to take some hit, but you know what? The PA picked up the cheese. PA picked up the Aegis. Centaur's going to ult and run away. They don't want anything to do with this Aegis PA. Aegis PA. Is that a noun? Aegis.
Is that a verb?
I don't know. Aegis and cheese is my favorite snack to go with tuna, though.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, again, just IITS being punished for their lack of buybacks, right? They take so long respawning and so long getting down there that they just end up basically giving a free Roche.
Yep. And the gold lead just doesn't tell a story here at all.
No. I don't even think the win probability does. I think this is much more in favor of Savage Sabres if IITS can't find a solution to the Axe just dunking the Troll every time.
Something else that would help is a break. Break the
Yes.
Axe spin. Break the Timber shell. Break the PA's evasion. Granted, the breaking her evasion is not going to help a lot, but it'll help a little bit.
That or Pango needs an MKB.
Yes. I was going to say Troll does have an MKB, but Pango has picked up a nullifier. What are they nullifying? There's not
No.
there's not really much to nullify.
Mules on the
side.
Lich?
That's really about it. There's nothing else.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think the nullifier was the pickup here. I think.
Yeah, I think an MKB. He's got the Aghanims. That does a lot of damage if you have the MKB with it as well.
Troll Warlord does have the Satanic now. Did he have the Satanic in that last fight?
I'm not sure.
Tormentor being picked up by the Savage Sabres.
That's a good one. They don't really need it this game, but Flamethrower are always really good for pushing.
Yeah, it's gonna melt towers. It looks like Island and Sun's gonna go ahead and pick up their Tormentor as well.
Yeah, one thing we didn't talk about, he does have that Enchant Remnant. We saw him briefly use it in that last fight, but you can do some pretty insane stunts with that.
Yeah. Saves. Stops. Slows.
If you're in the vicinity of Dire's
One thing
top
he can't
tower,
slow is the death of this tier 2 top, though.
Nope, it is gone. That Desolator is sitting at 24 charges already. What's the kills look like? It is 13-5 on the PA, 6-5 on the Troll Warlord, 12-6 on Chimp. You weren't kidding. Chimp does carry the team pretty heavy. Does his back ever hurt? Uh-oh. I think
Team rises and falls with him.
I think PA spotted the Centaur, and she got the stun, and he is... The dunk was missed. Dunk is now on cooldown.
Okay, now Dunk's on cooldown.
That
now
is
they take
huge
the fight.
for Troll.
Yeah.
But will
yeah.
they
buy
conflate
back on the
that in their
Centaur
minds?
when they push, and then you take the fight.
But is Island in the Sun thinking about that?
I think they have to be. Otherwise, you just give up a second lane of racks. You have all your buybacks. Like, when is it going to be a better time? I mean, maybe you wait just like one more minute for this Aegis to run down a little bit.
Buyback on Centaur. That tier 3 tower is dropping. Ooh, Gremlin got grabbed.
He has
And
buyback.
blown up. He does have buyback. Troll Warlord has gone in. Dunk is not available. This is Troll Lord's time to shine.
Silence, though. He gets it off.
That is the Aegis. That is Axe down. Timbersaw dropping really low. Marcy's down. Timbersaw still dropping low. Aegis is respawned. Troll Lord is just wailing into him. PA has blinked out to the
really
low ground.
low.
No, PA back into the fight. PA is down. That is 4 down. Lich was the only one to survive from the Savage Sabres, and Centaur Warlord is the only one to die on the side of Island and Sun. However, buybacks available on all 4 of Savage Sabres heroes, and they're going to go ahead and use them as the Nature's Prophet forces them out by pushing some creep into the bottom lane. Sneaky, sneaky to Noob.
We weren't kidding. It's literally Dunk being on cooldown really mattered there.
Absolutely. That was what Troll needed. Troll, they need to bait out the Dunk.
Bait out
You know
the
what?
Dunk miss.
This will sound stupid, but Gremlin or Tanoob need to pick up a Lincoln's and hit the Troll Warlord with it.
Ooh. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
That would help a lot.
Yeah.
Because
God,
then
we were saying like this one spell is such a problem. What can we do about it? Lincoln's.
that is tier 3 dropping in favor of Island and Sun. Axe just blinked onto the Troll Warlord.
He has his ult.
And he didn't need to get dunked. He just got killed by the PA. Nope. Axe spins, or he killed himself on Blade Mail. I couldn't quite see. And then, yep.
Yeah,
Savage
he
Sabres.
got silenced there, so he just wasn't able to get his ult off.
Yeah, it didn't get his ult off, and then Centaur War Runner and Nature's Prophet died so quick I didn't even get to say anything because the PA is just slinging damage like crazy. Actually, Lich picked up the kill on Nature's Prophet. Where did Centaur die? Did I miss that one entirely? He's already back up.
Okay, so now the question becomes, if you're Savage Sabres, do you try to force out these buybacks on Troll? Because if PA dies, she has no buyback, and that's the game. Or do you take the slow road, wait for them to respawn, risking that they might try to push you, but you get a chance to maybe get your buybacks off cooldown?
We'll see what they choose. I couldn't tell you the correct answer.
Both
They're
these teams
knocking.
wondering that
They're
themselves.
knocking on that tier 3. Axe picked up the call on Chimp. Marcy on the Chimp as well.
Nice Yules.
PA's getting Yules up in the air, so Chimp
Yes,
still gets
buyback.
blown up, but they all bought back. That's buyback on the Troll, buyback on the Nature's Prophet, buyback on Chimp. Troll Warlord is agsed up, or sorry, BKB'd up. Centaur Warrunner ult, he is wailing in on the Marcy. Everyone else seems to have gotten out.
Graphics.
Graphics is also going to be picked up. They still want more. Can he get a stun? Oh, they picked up the Timbersaw. He couldn't TP out in time.
Rage Psycho was like half a second from also being caught there. That would have been absolutely devastating. This is bad, but if PA gets caught there, then that's just
They found the
completely
axe.
game.
They got the Axe, the Timber, the Marcy, and the Lich. PA is the only one alive. Does she still have Aegis? She does not have Aegis. She does have Cheese, and Lich is the only buyback. They are pushing straight
No
up mid.
buybacks in the entire game. All of them used.
This could be it. This could be the final push. Island in the Sun pushing into this tier 3. They are pushing through backdoor protection, but for how long? It is a Troll Warlord, though, so he's just going to keep meleeing in. Jesus Christ, I don't know English. Lich ult down. That's a lot of damage, Troll. Chimp going to use a little roll. Going to hit with a Kragger. He's
I think
getting
he's
really
gonna die.
low. Can you get down to the low ground? Blanket Man coming in for the stun, but Lich is going to dodge it with the Yules. Warlord is still working and chipping down this tier 3 tower. PA is just in the back throwing daggers. That's all she can. PA has picked up a Divine Rapier.
That's one way to do this. She's got a BKB.
She just has to defend long enough to drop their team. If she gets caught, though, if she gets stunned, if she gets rooted, I believe all Troll Warlord stuns pierce BKB. Island in the Sun is undeterred. They are still pushing away, and they're hitting these racks, mid-racks. Blanket Man blinked in.
Cart. They've gone in.
PA picked her up a Chimp, though. They weren't able to kill her fast enough. She did get BKB off, but BKB is now down.
She has that cheese.
Yep, they've decided they don't want to fuck with the Rapier. They're going to Centaur ult out.
What a defense there by Rage Psycho.
Absolutely. The Rapier didn't necessarily do damage, but it damaged their ego. It damaged their confidence for sure.
Morale damage. Wow.
Confirmed. PA is not a rogue. She is a bard.
So, okay, so obviously the PA Rapier is huge, but what else is there that's important that we should be looking at for these two teams? I mean, we said Pangolier, Jeez, he just has no more money. I can't help but feel that if he has, instead of that nullifier and MKB, they have the damage to take out the PA there, even through the when she pops BKB, because she doesn't have Satanic.
No,
which I think needs to be her next
she
item.
almost died with the rapier in that last fight. She dropped down to half health and managed to get her BKB off and get saved by the Lich. But there is no buybacks. This next fight is going to determine the end of the game. Unless both teams decide to stay on their side of the river and farm up for buyback, which is what it looks like they're going to have here.
There's going to be one wrench in that, though. Roshan. Roshan is respawning in 100 seconds.
Yep. Roshan will also determine if they drop that PA and Troll picks up the rapier with his lifesteal. This is an exciting game too, for sure. And they are both converging on this Roshan. They want to be the first there when it spawns. We also have in 7 minutes tier 5 items.
Yep. Both teams are just going to play the positioning game here. You try to posture around this Roshan pit and be the one who's ready to take it the second it spawns. Yeah, and the scan coming out, they know that they're posturing around this.
Triple Stifling Dagger talent picked up for PA, which, with the rapier, why not? Earth Spirit has picked up a BKB as well. Warlord has the Swift Blink. He's working on Aegis. Centaur Warrunner sitting with Strength Blink, Ags, Halberd. All right, here we go. They've scanned it out. They know. Axe is first man in, last man out.
So much depends on this.
Is Axe a Marine? I don't know. Ask him how crowns taste after the match.
20 seconds to Roshan respawn. They do not want to go on this Timbersaw first.
No, that'd be a waste of spells. It looks like they did waste a few spells on the Timbersaw, though. Nothing with high cooldown. That's we're already good.
Okay, so Roshan is going to be in his pit down here for 40 seconds. That's not really enough time for either team to take it if the other team is in position to contest.
Gremlin spotted out. PA walking into the pit. Gremlin's smoke is broken, so they see him. I wish I could zoom out my camera. For some reason, I can't.
This is such a big positioning battle. Neither team wants to be the one to commit here.
Absolutely. Juan Solo's going to spray down the puck with a Dagon.
You're also at that point in the game where there's nothing more important than this on the map, so you might as well just have everyone stay here.
Tanoob is scouting it out with his treants.
Oh, they see Marcy. They see Marcy's backed.
Yep, and Roche is running back top anyway. So
they might be able to get Timbersaw here. He sees him.
They got the stun. They got the stun on the Timbersaw, and he is alone. BKB is out. Troll Warlord stuns break BKB though, or go through BKB. I'm sorry. Let's see, what is Treant doing? Treant, they're all just TPing the top lane. They're gonna go ahead and try to take after Roche, and this Roche is dropping quick. EA is nowhere to be seen. Marcy's running in. They're trying to contest it, but they're not going to get there in time.
Yep. Yes, they won that because they put their lanes in the right position.
This is an Ags blessing as well. Who are they going to give that to?
Looks like Troll Warlord probably. He doesn't have his Ag, so greedy carry. He's going to be greedy.
As they do. Doesn't matter that I'm playing Warlock. You take the Ags, Troll. It's much better. I believe everyone on Island in the Sun now has an Axe. Haha, Centaur Warrunner dropped his Ags down. Wait, yeah, he dropped his Ags down to his backpack thinking he was getting it.
Block of cheese.
Oh, did he make the block of cheese?
He made the block of cheese.
That's huge. That is a lot of damage negotiation for the Centaur Warrunner. Tier 5 items in 3.5 minutes.
Oh, he gives it to Pangolier. Wait, still says it's owned by him. Can he just...
He can eat it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He can eat it. Valve loves cheese and it being shareable.
We are starting to see some of these buybacks come off cooldown.
Yes.
Big ones, the PA, the Troll's going to be up in 30. PA's is already up. So we are possibly going to see another huge, 10 buyback team fight over the course of the next few minutes here.
We are also seeing only a 4K gold lead at 57 minutes. 52% chance of win for Savage Sabres. Even Valve thinks this game's going to hinge on a single fight.
Or a series of fights. If it just who can get the other, the other team's buybacks,
Hang
wear
on.
them down.
PA is alone down here, and Island and the Sun are getting awfully close to him. Okay, they didn't see him. They backed off. What is the cooldown on that cart? 30 seconds. Yeah, so I see why he's using it so much. Keeps him mobile.
Not bad.
I just noticed this hat on Gremlin. Look at this hat.
Oh, that is party hat, huh?
I like it. Is that the? It's like the only cosmetic he has on him too, so it's so much fun. Now it could just be my client not loading correctly because I didn't actually pay attention. But all right,
No, I think that's all he has on him.
regardless
just a
what
party
happens, regardless what happens this game, that hat is MVP. All right, Island and the Sun knocking on these tier 2s. There's these racks bottom. I'm sorry. Reaper's getting in position for a good blink call. Now, any good Nature's Prophet's going to know to nuke those trees and make sure the trees hit him. All right, Gambro has broken the high ground, and he... Oh, man, those racks are not going to last long. PA is really far away. Marcy's really far away. The team, they need to TP back. Axe got the call, though. But he immediately got rooted and didn't quite do enough damage to kill Gambro. And he got saved by the Earth Spirit anyway.
They also use Chain Frost.
Yeah, Chain Frost is down.